With the new push to integrate maternal health services and HIV, particularly around pregnancy and childbearing, we expect that there will be a real confrontation between the kind of culture that's developed around maternal health services with the sort of culture that's developed around HIV. In this piece, we ask what are the, not just what's dysfunctional, but what are the so-called techniques of persistent implementation failure? Will HIV services begin to suffer from the same kind of persistent implementation failure that we see in maternal health? My name is Lynn Freedman. I'm a professor at the Mailman School of Public Health at Columbia University and direct the Averting Maternal Death and Disability, or AMDD, program. The general development literature really talks about two techniques of persistent implementation failure. The first one they call isomorphic mimicry. And what it boils down to is the basic assumption that function will follow form. You can adopt the best practice in form. You can adopt the right program strategy, you can articulate the best policies, but the truth is, function doesn't follow form. Actually getting those programs and those policies to be implemented in a way that delivers functioning services for the people who need them is a whole different problem. The second technique of implementation failure that this literature refers to is something they call premature load-bearing, where in fact this adoption of best practices in the program and policies is increasingly divorced from the capacity to implement it. You can't just think about, here's the best practice, we know it from a randomized controlled trial, or we know it because people in Denmark did it well, and so here's the practice, you put it in your policy, you put it in your program, you do it. If we're asking them to adopt best practices, we have to understand and build from the kinds of issues that they need to address on a day-to-day basis.